welcome back to yet another video. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time coming to my channel. It's been a while. It has been a while since I posted on my channel, and unlike what I have said in my other videos, yes, life has been crazy, but I just have been trying to mentally prepare and kind of plan a new direction I want to take my channel in, hence the title of this here video. So before I get into like the fun stuff, I kind of just want to chit chat with you guys and tell you guys my vision and kind of the direction I want to take it in, and I just hope it's successful because I've been really wanting to do it. I've been praying on it, I've been meditating on it, and just letting it marinate, and like it's been haunting me, no pun intended. I really have been wanting to do this, and it's a passion of mine. It's something I love. My entire life this has been something I'd love to talk about, to research, I have experienced, and it's all I honestly watch on YouTube. I kind of don't even watch like makeup and hair and fashion videos as much as I do this particular topic, and I can see myself on this side of YouTube. You know how there's like different sides of YouTube. There's like fashion YouTube, there's hair YouTube, there's gaming YouTube, and there's the paranormal side of YouTube. So I specifically want to take my channel in that direction, talk about true crime, I want to talk about the paranormal. I kind of just want to delve right up into that realm, and I'm so excited. I may not sound excited because I am hella nervous. This is a really different topic for me to discuss in front of the camera, but ask anybody who knows me, I'm all about ghosts and ghouls and goblins and all that good stuff, but to actually sit down and talk about it in front of the camera is a little bit nerve-wracking. My battery's gonna die. We'll come back to that. And we're back. So I'm not nervous about like how this is gonna turn out. I'm more nervous about my delivery and if I'm going to be interesting. I love watching like the true crime and makeup people, Bailey Sarian, Brittany Vaughn, Robert Welsh, and ton others. Even though I may not always be doing my makeup in the videos, I do want to incorporate like the makeup true crime twist in some of my videos, but for the most part I want to just sit down and talk to you guys and share some fun stories that may not be fun for everybody, but if you get me, you get me. I'm excited for the people who are on this side of YouTube to come and meet me. I'm excited to get to know you guys, and I probably will be doing like a Q&A, updated Q&A, just so you guys can get to know me, like for my new subscribers, because my channel is growing. Even though I'm not as consistent as I should be, my channel is growing, and I kind of want to keep you guys here. So with that being said, this is our first video of this series. I don't even want to call it a series because it's probably not going to end. I do want to keep the, you know, the lifestyle, fashion, beauty, whatever I have been doing in my previous videos. I want to keep that aspect, but I just want to intertwine this with it. So some days you'll get that, a lot of days you'll get this. So what I did is I decided to take to social media, Facebook, Instagram, what have you, and ask my friends and family if they've ever experienced anything paranormal. And my goodness, did they show out. I was so excited and so grateful that people actually shared their stories with me, because I know it could be a little bit like weird to share your stories with other people. A lot of people may think you're crazy, but I'm not one of them. It's a safe place here, and eventually I want to share you guys' stories. But this is a story of people I know personally, and I was really grateful for them to share their stories with me, and today I'm going to be sharing their stories with you. Super excited, but I highly suggest to grab a glass of wine, relax, grab a snack, whatever you have to do to kind of wind down while I share these stories. If you're easily scared, just stick around and suck it up. But if you enjoy these type of things, also stick around and just listen. These stories may be a little lengthy, so we may be here for a little minute, but it is what it is. We're gonna get through this. Stick around. The first story, I'm gonna be reading from my phone because it is on Instagram, and it was sent by a family member of mine. Now, I cannot wait to do, let me just stop babbling, but also I cannot wait to do the video about my personal experiences with the paranormal. I just can't wait to share. That's gonna be a separate video for a separate time. But this particular story or stories are from a family member of mine, and it just shows that this just runs in the family. It's inevitable. We all got that special touch. So let's get into the story. Laying in the bed, see, this is why I waited so long, because I don't have time for this. It says, laying in the bed at the apartment, writing. Heard something behind me, looked, and obviously there was nothing there. So I turned and continued writing. Hear it again. Again, there's nothing. I thought maybe, and she says my aunt, I'm gonna keep everyone's name out of this just for privacy and safety reasons. So she thought maybe she was hanging up her clothes in her closet since she was in the next room. She rationalized it away, as we all do. So I decided to turn out the light and get in bed. I'm laying there and I'm dozing. Then I heard a noise again and opened my eyes to a pitch black room. I lay back down and I feel like this sharp burn on my left rib. Like I gasped for air. It hurt so bad. I turned the light on. I couldn't see or feel anything on my skin, but the next morning I had a welt down my left side. Like, imagine, I can't. The next story is at the same apartment. So another night at the same apartment, I was sleeping in my bed. I jumped when I heard the door open and close. It was so close and so loud. I thought it was my door, but when I opened my eyes and didn't see anything, I assumed it was her door. I closed my eyes again. Then I heard and felt footsteps walk from my door to the foot of my bed and stop. I held my breath because I wanted to hear the faintest sound. Then I felt it crawl up on my bed and pin me down. And I know folks talk about sleep paralysis, but that wasn't it. I've experienced sleep paralysis before. This was something completely different. I could feel it slither up my legs. I know I said something like leave me alone or go away, but that didn't work. And I remember my mom saying our great grandma used to recite the Lord's Prayer whenever things like this would happen to her. So I did, just enough that I could hear, and it disappeared. She said, I don't think I found out until later that whoever lived in the apartment before us used to lock their child or someone in that room, like literally deadbolt and chain. After the last time I didn't sleep there, I even walked to my house from there at 3 a.m. after a night of club. This is crazy. Like, okay, this one's like really, really scary. So this one is also from her and it's like really creepy. So she says, my mom and I took a trip with her coworkers to the one family's plot in North Carolina. It was old land that had been passed down for generations once they were able to buy their freedom. So one night, my mom and I decided to get some air and took a little walk around the grounds. As we were walking and talking, we heard this blood-curdling scream, like it was a long, tortured soul from centuries past. Like, what? Imagine the type of scream that goes right through you, alerts every one of your senses, the type you feel in your core. From soul to soul, you feel that shit. It was otherworldly. It was close, but so far away, like on a whole other plane. My mom and I stopped dead in our tracks, looked at each other, and booked it back to the trailer home. It was one of those sounds and feelings that we will never forget. Whew! I've experienced some things, and you guys will obviously hear about that when I make that video. But I feel like things like this just, I don't even know. I don't think I have the heart to experience something like this and be able to just live to tell the story. Like, I will lay down and pass away for my own personal reasons because I can't. Oh my god. So this next story is by a friend of mine, and again, if you're watching this, thank you so much for sharing this with me. This story is so crazy, so creepy, so let's get into it. It says, okay, so I put it far in the back of my mind so I can't remember all of it, but I can definitely remember waking up and a person was levitating over top of me and I couldn't move. I couldn't sleep for a month, I kid you not. I would read the Bible until I fell asleep. Scariest thing in my life. I still have times when I fall asleep and I feel people touching me or calling my name or rubbing me, and I'll be home alone. I just learned to live with it, honestly. I can't live in fear because I don't know how to fix it. That was like short and terrifying all in one. It's just like the possibility of waking up, like, you know when you just wake up and you don't know why you woke up, you're just up. Like, imagine that sensation, and then you wake up and you see something or someone like over top of you. Who invited you? Why are you here? Like, I'm just confused. So many questions, no answers. But yeah, that was short and sweet, but like still extremely scary. The next one is from a former co-worker of mine, and this one is crazy. I already read this and oh my god. So she says, so I went on vacation to Puerto Rico to visit my sister and her husband and 3 kids. I loved every minute of the island because I had never been. I was there for 3 months, and my sister was always telling me stories of this supernatural stuff happening. I have always been a believer because I have had many experiences myself. So our boys would always tell my sister and I that there was a lady in the room. She chalked it up to overactive imaginations, until one day, both boys came running out of the room screaming and crying hysterically. They were completely terrified. They kept yelling that the lady was in the room. My sister and her husband go into the room and do the parent check under the bed, out the window, and the closet. I told my sister I will sleep in the room that night and see if anything happens. After the boys fell asleep, my sister and I put my nephews on the bottom bunk and I crawled on the top bunk. I had fallen asleep and then all of a sudden had woken up. I roll over and see a womanly figure hovering in the doorway. I was instantly freaked out. I closed my eyes, counted to 5, and opened them in hopes that whatever it was had gone. Nope, it had made its way closer. I closed my eyes again, counted to 5, and opened them again, and it was even closer. I was beyond scared. You think? I threw a pillow at the door and jumped and woke up the boys and ran to my sister's room and told her what I had seen. I'd never prayed so hard in my life. After that, my sister didn't shrug off anything the kids told her. She got a priest to come and bless the house. Honestly, I cannot even imagine. Honestly, I cannot even imagine. Like, I can't even fathom. It's just like those scary women figures. Like, it's something about them that I just can't vibe with. Like, personally, if a woman appeared in my room, please don't, whoever you are, I don't think I would be able to just like go on. Like, you know, it just happened, let me just forget about it. I can't, because I feel violated, terrified. I feel like you're going to be everywhere I turn. I don't want to close my eyes because what if I open my eyes and you're standing right there? It's just, it's very uncomfortable, and it's too much. It's just too much. The last story says, so when I went to NYC to visit my niece and nephew, I never really said anything to them, but I always felt really weird in that apartment. Like something was not right. So I slept in the room with the kid, and I think the baby was still in a crib. So I'm laying on the air mattress, and I just felt this overwhelming dread. It got cold. The air got stuffy. It got darker. And then the kids, almost at the same time, started fussing. They were still asleep, but were whining and started tossing and turning. So I told whatever it was to leave them alone, to stay away from them, and I started praying. About 5 to 7 seconds later, they started calming down and went back to sleep. I stayed awake the rest of the night to watch over. One thing I do not appreciate about like the afterworld or the afterlife or whatever you want to call it is when it messes with children. And like, we all know that, or maybe you don't know, they always say that children and animals are more vulnerable because obviously animals can't speak and say something's standing there or something's in here and it's evil. So whatever it is can always reveal itself to the animal. Animals can see it and they probably will react because they feel that something's off, but they obviously can't speak up. And you're just left there wondering why your dog is barking at a blank wall. Meanwhile, they're actually seeing something. And babies and little kids, obviously, you either chalk it up to an overactive imagination or they can't speak either just yet, so they can't tell you something's there and it's scaring me. I've had experience as such that I will again talk about in the video that I want to do about my own personal experiences, so be prepared for that. That one's crazy. It was actually very recently. And yeah, that is the end of this video. I just wanted to come in and like catapult this out there, kind of force myself to get this out there. I have been sleeping on it and laying on it and letting it marinate for so long, and I figured it's time to do it. Honestly, I was supposed to do this like around Halloween time because I found it was like really fitting and like the perfect time, and like this is probably what people would have been searching for. I didn't get around to it, but here I am. I did it. And I hope you enjoyed these stories. Hope they gave you a nice little spook. I probably will eventually, once I grow my platform a little bit more, start taking submissions from you guys because I love reading other people's experiences. I think it's so cool what people go through, even though in the moment it may be like horrific and something you'll never forget about, but like, you know how that goes. It's like fascinating to talk about. So that brings us to the end of this video. I don't have a set schedule yet for when I will be posting these kind of videos, but that's also in the works. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Also, don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys know the drill. Follow me on my social media, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Deuces.